welcome to yet another lesson with me, Matt, aka Dichaba, and I'm doing great. Really, I am. In this lesson, what I want to talk about is some of the equipment that I use, as a guitar player, as a guitarist. Right. I'm just gonna be giving you, showing you the equipment that I use, which I think is also useful for you, and it might help you in deciding what to buy and what not to buy. I'll just begin with the guitar that I'm holding here now. And start with this. So this is called a capo. It's very crucial. It's very important. It makes life easy in various ways. For example, sometimes your acoustic guitar, the strings are very high and they're hitting your fingers when you're trying to play. So you can also just put it there and play. They'll be a little bit closer to the fretboard. But its main job is not to do that, is to change keys. So if I'm playing, for instance, in the key of G, you can already hear the difference between this and what was played in the intro. And if I put it there and just play the same chords, unfortunately my guitar has a buzz over here, so I can't really play this chord. But if I put it here, for example, and still play the same chords, you get what it does, right? That's essentially what it does. And just before I put this guitar on the stand, this is the guitar stand, the acoustic guitar stand, but I think it can also hold an electric guitar, but I think it's mostly for acoustic guitars. I'm not sure if you can see the whole of it, but it's quite a cool stand. It's generally expensive. I don't really recommend it for beginners unless, of course, you have money. You can buy it, and I don't know the precise name, but if you can see now, when you put the guitar on it, what you simply do is that you place it there, and it kind of like grabs hold of it. And one of the reasons why I'm showing you the stand is because stands are very important. In that your guitar is always like out in the open and you can see it, so apparently one of the reasons why some people stop playing their guitars is because after practicing it, they place it in the guitar bag and shove it under the bed, and you can spend a week without seeing it and nothing will suggest to you that you need to take it out. So I remember when I began, I came across a video where somebody was saying you need to always make sure that your guitar is inside so you can randomly pick it up. And I tried that, and so here with my lead guitar, it has its own stand as well. It's kind of like different from the other one, and so I usually place it here. It's never really in the bag unless I'm going somewhere. So this is the stand for my guitar, relatively inexpensive. I think it was like around 150 rands, 200 rands, somewhere along those lines. I don't know, $10, $15 if you're an American or any other nationality. And so that is that. And on my guitar, of course, there's a tuner which I use to tune my guitar. You can obviously get a tuning app from your app store, which is you can get it for free, but it's gonna have ads. But if you don't mind ads or you don't have money, you can use that. I used that for a while, maybe like 2-3 years before I got a proper tuner. Like most of the things that I have, I got like over time, and some of these things are still connected. Let me pick up some things. Over here I have this. It's called look at the chair. It's called a distortion pedal, right? So pedals are for changing the sounds of the the sounds made by the guitar. So you can get different types of sounds, millions of sounds, endless sounds. This is a distortion pedal. I think I bought it for $700, and it was on sale. So I don't remember the original sale price, but yeah, I think I bought it for $700. If not, I don't remember. But yeah, this is one. It's actually my only pedal. I don't afford pedals yet, and my dream pedal is the Boss GT 100 effects processor. And of course I have cables. This is a Fender you know, cable, jack to jack, male, right? They call it a jack to jack. It's male, so it's like it has these type of ends on both end. So you really need good quality cables, right? So you invest a whole lot of money in these. The last time I bought it, it was like 200 and something or 300 and something rands, maybe around 20 to $30, something along those lines. Yeah, it really changes your sound. So you can have a good guitar, for example, and have bad cables. It's not gonna sound okay. So you need these ones, and they're quite like useful because you can kind of like open them up here if they break and kind of like solder them with a soldering iron. If you don't, if you can do that, or you can just take it to somebody and they'll fix it for you. And I also have this. This is a practice pad, right? It's for drums, right? But I got it because it has an inbuilt metronome, right? Is that speaker still on? So yeah, in most of the videos that I there are some videos where I kind of like, you see, you know, for counting and keeping time and practicing to keep time and all of those type of things. So yeah, so get yourself a metronome. They're like actual metronomes. This is not really a metronome, but it has a metronome inbuilt, and so that's why I have it. It's quite useful, and it also have drum tracks. Listen to this. Not that. And you can just change them. Yeah, so they're quite useful for practicing. And I also have, you know, an ordinary 3.5 millimeters. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter jack, which is useful for connecting to your phone and connecting to amps and all those type of things. And down here, I have my Praxis amp. It's an orange Crush 12 amp. Very nice looking. It's very beautiful. I love looking at it. I bought it. It was second hand. I bought it for I think $1,000 or 900 rands, 900 and something. And I've had a couple of these. I think this is my third one. I used to have a Marshall Praxis amp. It was like 10 watts. I think this is 10 watts, 12 watts. It says 12 watts. It's really not that much. So yeah, this is my third one. I had a Marshall one, but the inputs were broken, and I had then I got eventually got a PV one or PV. I don't know how they pronounce it. I got a PV one. It was a 15 watts, and I kind of like started having problems with the inputs and everything. It still plays though, and it was a 15 watts, but it got damaged on one of the outputs, and I couldn't really use it anymore. It wasn't fun to use it, so I got rid of it, and I got, well, it's still there in the storage, but yeah, and I got this one, and I enjoy using it. And what else do I need to show you? Oh, so I've got this. This is a footstool, right? It's quite useful. You can kind of like adjust the height of it. So this is like the highest, and can kind of like make it really low. It's not really a must-have, it's an accessory, but it's quite useful because I don't know if you've noticed, most of the time when a guitar player plays sitting down, they kind of like lift their leg like this. So if you have a footstool, it sort of like solves your problems. And over here I have this bag that I put my cables in. I have an extension cord in here that I usually take with when I go to play, you know, somewhere, because you might get there and they don't have enough extensions, or they don't have a nice spot for you. So you can kind of like just connect to with an extension cord and stand where you want to stand. And this is a mic cable that came with my mic. It wasn't really an expensive mic. And then I have a mic over here that I place in front of my amp like this. So I kind of like mic it when I go to play somewhere, and then, you know, it goes into the main PA system, the main speakers. so you need to get yourself a mic as well once you start playing in a band and those type of vibes. And I also have adapters, right? Some 12-volt adapters. It's stuck. So I also have some 12-volt adapters that I use to connect things like my pedals, and I think you can also put a battery in there. And you see also this thing is connected with the adapters, so yeah, you need these. They're quite useful. What else do I have that is important to show? So I also have a stand over here, a music stand. That's where I place the book that has the notes for the lessons. And yeah, so that's essentially it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Of course, you're gonna need a strap for your guitar as well. It's always better to play with it on, even if you're sitting down. And I also have the camera stand that I'm using to make the videos. It's not really, when I bought it, it wasn't really for these lessons. It was for maybe when I'm playing, so I can kind of like record myself and kind of take stock of who I am with my playing and those type of things. And yeah, that's essentially it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So yeah, I also have cables for my mic. That's the cable that I use, the red one. Here there's also another pedal. It's called an amp simulator. So basically, you don't even need an amp when you have something like that. It can kind of like give you the sounds which an amp will give you. It's my sister's. She also plays guitar, and yeah, that's more like